Lifting heavier weights is one of the best ways to gain more muscle, get stronger, and burn fat. Yet many people don't really understand what lifting heavy actually means or why it's so important. Most casual gym goers wrongly assume that heavy lifting is only useful for powerlifters or bodybuilders. But in reality, whether you're a beginner, someone with experience, or an advanced athlete, lifting heavy is a key part of building muscle, gaining strength, and improving your overall fitness level. If you're someone who avoids lifting heavy weights due to fear of injury, confusion about how to start, or a belief that lighter weights are safer or better, this video is for you. It will help shift your perspective and offer practical steps you can begin using immediately. Let's start with the most obvious reason to lift heavy. It helps you get stronger, faster. At its core, lifting heavy weights is one of the most direct ways to build strength and power. Think of strength as a skill. Like any skill, you need to train it under tougher conditions to improve. Lifting heavy forces your body to activate more muscle motor units, which leads to better communication between your nerves and muscles. Heavy lifting targets. Type 2 muscle fibers, these are responsible for producing high force and power. They grow and strengthen more when exposed to heavy loads, compared to light weights, which mostly stimulate type 1 muscle fibers. Type 2 fibers are strongly linked to strength, size, and explosiveness. Type 1 fibers are more about endurance and resisting fatigue. Lifting heavier weights also teaches your central nervous system to better recruit the high threshold motor units needed for strength. This doesn't just help you lift more in the gym, it improves your physical performance in daily life. Whether it's lifting something heavy, playing sports, or just moving around with less effort. That's why heavy lifting also improves your strength to body weight ratio, a crucial metric for athletes and anyone trying to enhance performance. When you make lifting heavy part of your training, you work on both the muscle and the nervous system aspects of strength development. That's not to say lifting light doesn't help build muscle. Does, but lighter loads don't activate as many fibers? Because of the lower intensity, your muscles don't exert as much effort, which slows strength development. That's why you should aim to lift loads that are about 75 to 90% of your 1 rep max for each exercise. If you don't know your 1 rep max, go for around 6 to 10 reps per set, using a weight that challenges you enough to fail within that rep range. Another big reason to lift heavy is that it increases your muscle size. While bodybuilders often use moderate weights and higher reps, lifting heavy usually results in more muscle growth over time. That's because heavy lifting creates higher mechanical tension, one of the key factors in triggering hypertrophy. As we mentioned, lifting heavy involves more type 2 fibers, and these are more responsive to growing in size. You can still build muscle with lighter weights, but it becomes harder over time. Adding endless reps causes fatigue, form breakdowns, and stress from cardio, not from muscle overload. For example, doing 100 squats with a light weight will probably exhaust your lungs or mess up your form before your muscles hit real fatigue. That's why gradually increasing the weight is a more efficient way to apply progressive overload. Your muscles grow by adapting to increasing stress, and heavier loads provide that stress more effectively. This leads to not just bigger muscles, but stronger and more capable ones, beyond just muscle growth. Heavy lifting strengthens your bones, tendons, and joints. When you place heavy stress on your skeleton, your body responds by creating more bone tissue. People think that this is only helpful for the elderly to prevent osteoporosis. But studies prove that lifting heavy increases bone density across all age groups, making bones stronger and reducing fracture risk. It also helps improve joint stability. Heavy compound movements like squats activate stabilizer muscles around your joints. So when you squat heavy, you're not only working your legs, you're strengthening tissues around your knees and hips too. This protects you from injuries during both workouts and everyday movements. Interestingly, lifting heavy can even ease joint pain in many cases. Strengthening the muscles and connective tissue around joints can reduce stress on the joints themselves. Of course, it's critical that you lift with proper form and increase your weights gradually. Prioritize good technique every time you train. Another overlooked benefit of heavy lifting is the positive effect on your hormone levels. Studies consistently show that lifting heavy triggers a greater release of anabolic hormones like testosterone and growth hormone. These hormones are vital for muscle growth, fat burning, and recovery. Testosterone drives protein synthesis, which helps repair and build muscle. Growth hormone aids tissue repair and also supports fat breakdown, while both light and heavy lifting boost hormone release. Lifting heavy tends to maximize it, speeding up your strength and muscle building progress. Even if you're not training for a competition, lifting heavy enhances functional strength. This means being strong in everyday, real-world situations like picking up heavy objects, pushing things, or running fast. Heavy lifting mimics those real-life force patterns and conditions your body to handle them. Sure, bench pressing may not improve your baseball swing directly, but it strengthens the pushing muscles you use across many actions. That's why strength training is foundational for athletes across various sports: football, sprinting, wrestling, and more. Movements like squats, deadlifts, and presses build patterns that carry over to sports. Heavy lifting also improves your ability to generate power, something light lifting can't offer as effectively. Power is defined as force over time, and heavier loads build more potential power. This is key for explosive sports like MMA, rugby, or sprinting. Translating that gym power into real-world performance can be a game changer. Beyond strength and muscle, heavy lifting helps with fat loss too. While cardio burns calories during exercise, heavy lifting increases your metabolic rate long after your session ends. This is due to something called excess post-exercise oxygen consumption, or EPOC. It's your body's recovery mode where it keeps burning calories to repair muscles. More importantly, muscle burns more calories at rest than fat does. So the more muscle you build, the higher your resting metabolism becomes. It means you'll burn more calories throughout the day even when you're not working out. That's why building muscle through heavy lifting and eating right is a more effective body composition strategy than just doing lots of cardio. Finally, lifting heavy isn't just physical, it's mental. It teaches you focus, discipline, and grit. Every hard set pushes your mental limits, overcoming fear, pushing past fatigue, and staying focused under stress. These skills transfer into your work, studies, and everyday challenges. Each time you push through a tough, heavy set, you're building resilience. You're learning how to stay strong when things get hard. You also learn to embrace discomfort. Growth happens when you push outside your comfort zone, and heavy lifting makes that mindset a habit. Over time, this can deeply improve how you handle pressure and stress in every area of your life. That's it for this video. Hope you found it helpful.